There's a tabloid that has a motto that says, "Inquiring minds want to know." And while most of the stuff in that particular tabloid is highly questionable as to its authenticity, there's truth in that statement, that inquiring minds do want to know. In John chapter 16, Jesus is preparing his disciples for what's about to happen imminently in just a few hours, actually probably in just a few moments from the time that he is speaking. And he goes about this in an approach that caused them to wonder, what exactly is he talking about and what exactly is going on? In verse 5 of that chapter, Jesus says, "But I go away to him who sent me, and none of you ask me, where are you going? But because I have said these things to you, sorrow has filled your heart." And then he says, "Nevertheless, it is expedient for you that I go away." He continues this thought in verse 16 of John 16, and he says, "A little while, and you will not see me. A little while, and you will see me, because I go to the Father." Well, this caused a firestorm of curiosity and questions in the minds of the disciples. The next couple of verses, they're speaking to one another, and they're saying, what does he mean? A little while, you won't see me. A little while, you will see me, because I go to the Father. Well, Jesus, of course, perceives this and knows what's going on, and so he responds to them. And in the following verses, after their discussion with one another, Jesus says, "I say to you that you're going to weep and lament because of these things that are about to happen and unfold, but the world will rejoice. But you will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned to joy." And then he gives an illustration about a woman giving birth to a child, that there's great sorrow when she's in labor, but once the child is born, then there is great joy, and her sorrow is turned into joy. And so Jesus then says, "You will right now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart will rejoice, and your joy no one will take away from you." While we understand that Jesus had to go away to give his life on the cross for the salvation of all mankind, and that's what he meant, that it was expedient for him to go away, it was still very perplexing to the disciples then. It can be perplexing to us now when we feel like Jesus has gone away, and we're wondering, where is he, and what's going on, and what's going to happen. But Jesus assures us, even though the world may rejoice over things like that, and we may be sorrowful, our sorrow will be turned to joy. And that joy, no one will take away from us. All the confusion will be cleared up. All the questions will be answered. And all the sorrow will be turned to joy.